What's up, everybody? It's your favorite predictable follow-ups favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the DX9 Stormtroopers second case, which is their... Shoot, let me find a box for the names. Thrust is Noisy Bragger, Ramjet is Rash Collider, and Dirge is Gallower. So there you have it. Nonsense complete. We can get back to the review. So they all come with accessories. They all are different sculpts here. This is just a remold of this. It's just like a different tip, so to speak, and a couple of different accents. But I think maybe it is totally different. I don't know. I guess it is totally different. Either way, I thought it was just a different tip, but as I start to look at it more under these lights, I see a bit more of it. Once again, these are on loan to me from Robert D. And real quick, although they all are different sculpts, there's not like a paint on any of the accessories, which is fine. But let's do a quick size comparison and then just get going. So there they all are together and admittedly looking pretty good. And I'll tell you, like, there is just something about, there's Hasbro's Power Glide also. There is something about the Seekers all together that always gives good feels. All right, so we'll use Ramjet as our litmus test here. We have a swivel at the neck. It is a tight little joint, but it does swivel. We have a gray face that I think is painted, and then the red eyes. It all looks good. The gray tip of the nose is painted as well, so to speak. Same kind of detailing that we saw before, just with the chest. It has this metallic gray finish both to the chest and pelvis, and then this white paint, which is done over a darker color plastic, the gray plastic, but it does look pretty good. And you can see a little bit of the gray lines coming through on the corners of it, but somehow it makes it has a pretty cool look. Like you see it right there, it almost looks natural. I dig that. All right, so same articulation that we saw for the Seekers across the board. We have these ball pegs. They're on a hinge, so you can get them up just the slightest bit, but they're mostly just meant to stay straight out. They come up to 90 degrees, and they swivel. You get a bit more because you don't have the giant wings on the back. You have a ball peg for an elbow. And this one doesn't have the double joint. Maybe this one does? It's only this one that does. Oh, I wonder if people corrected me on that. I'm sure they did. That's fine. And then it comes to a 90-degree bend here. A little bit more than 90 degrees. And then you get a little bit of a wrist hinge as well. No waist swivel, as we've discussed before. No paint on the arms on this one. The gray on this one is a metallic flecked gray plastic, which is a nice touch. I'm not sure if that's going to pick up or not. But it's a nice touch. Take my word for it. T-jointed ball joints for hips. You do have this leg wing kibble here, so it is a little bit more tricky to get your total use out of them, but you can get up still pretty far and pretty far to the front. Thigh swivel, that's an extra piece. The 90-degree knee hinge, and then the ankles tilt down, tilt up, an additional toe hinge, and a rocker, and then you have one silver paint app on them as well. So that all works really well, cleans up fairly well. And yeah, like this, you know, I think people should pretty much know how I feel about these now from looking at the other ones, but they're pretty cool. Let's talk about the other ones' detailings just real quick. Obviously, Thrust has the wings that are different, but it all looks good. You know, these are the wings in the back. It's not cartoon accurate, but I don't know, in my mind, it just feels better. So it's pretty cool. This is like a metallic fleck plastic here for the red as well. I will say this looks like two different reds, though. Like, it looks like, I don't know if the camera's picking that up. This red plastic is like a gloss, and this one is not. And that is and then this hip is a gloss, and the rest of the legs are not. Can you see that? That's a little weird. I don't know how I feel about that. But, you know, I didn't notice it till I was under the lights and everything and really taking a look at them, so I don't know, but that is a bummer. And then this guy, we'll back out a taste. Old Dirge, same sort of detailings. The gold looks great. We'll look at that more in jet mode, I suppose. And nothing really else exciting to report. All right, let's get him transformed. So take these off. And for those listening, I always go how they come in packaged in box unless we get two molds, so I can do both transformations so that both will be cataloged on my channel. So these come in jet mode. If you want to see jet mode to bot mode, watch the regular Seeker review. Clear? Good. Undo this backpack here. And untab these. Once again, be careful, those little plastic little clips there, they stress me out. Bring this up. This is a little different from the other one. You just rotate this around this way and then rotate the head the opposite way. For the arms, just take his left arm, which will be on your right, rotate that 180 degrees, and that will help you put this around on this hinge into place just fine. For this one, you want to make sure that the hand peg is facing you, and you can bring this up and around, fold the hand in, and that will go inside the cockpit, and then that's done. Fold these down, and you're good to go. Be careful, these clips. They stress me out. There's one, there's the other. I've done it a few times on all of them now. None of them have broke, so that's a good thing, but yikes. All right, so you can connect the lower legs, try to square them up as much as possible. These are a bit tricky. They're poorly tolerant, some of them, and it's a little tricky to get them. I just bend it against the bottom, you know, like use the double hinge as a lever, bend it against, and it sort of pries itself out, and then fold that up. Same on this side, and then just fold the feet up inside the bottom, bring these down, and bring this down, and you want to clip these wings and get that clip underneath, so it's just a matter of lining it all up. And I don't know why this hinge is giving me such grief. There it is. Clip, clip, and we're in there like swimwear. So I'll attach the weapons and we'll look at all three. So there they are in jet mode. And they're pretty good. We'll talk about each one. You know, same thing. You got this landing gear option here with the hand like this and these two out. You can fold these in and you can have it like this, or you can move the hand down and hold on to it and sort of fly it around, which is pretty cool and I would have loved as a kid. For Ramjet, you do have this black paint on the wings here. That looks great. And then this same sparkly plastic, which comes through really well even in alt mode. We do have a little peekaboo underneath, and that's to be expected, and I think it's ultimately okay. But it looks really good. It looks really clean. It looks really sharp. We'll look at the other ones. Thrust. We have a lot of red paint here, accents on the wings, both here, 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 and here. And then the rest of it is pretty straightforward with the nose cone painted and so forth. But also, you know, looks the part. And then we have Dirge with the gold paint accents, and oh my god, my kid just popped up behind me. It's like Children of the Corn.
I want to eat your soul.
Okay. You want to eat my soul? How about we start with some applesauce and just kind of see where things go?
Okay.
You don't want anything else? Okay. Gold detailings throughout, and then, you know, nose cone painted and looking the part. So all in all, pretty good. So in final thoughts, it's pretty much identical to the other set. I actually might even like these a little bit better, just because the flaps on this particular set is just tolerance that tastes better. So it might be individual results will vary kind of thing. But yeah, I same sort of thing. I think that the paint where it is applied well. I think the articulation is great, save for the waist, but I think we can forgive that for being a Legends figure and being moderately priced. I think the sculpts are fantastic. I think they work. I think this is easily my favorite batch between this and the regular Seekers of DX9's Legends I've seen to date. So good job. Huge improvement and strongly recommend. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Till next time, take care.